Well, the Massachusetts Gaming Commission and MGM Springfield are working to promote responsible gaming for players in light of Problem Gambling Awareness Month. Western Mass News reporter Taylor Smith stopped by to tell us how they plan to provide resources for those seeking support.
The Massachusetts Gaming Commission and MGM Springfield are highlighting problem gambling resources and risks during Problem Gambling Awareness Month. Established more than 20 years ago by the National Council of Problem Gambling, P-Game is a national outreach campaign designed to educate the public on problem gambling and to help them be able to play safe and in a responsible way. To show support, MGM Springfield and the Massachusetts Council on Gaming Health teamed up for today's event, educating guests on ways to play it safe.
While it is Problem Gaming Awareness Month, we here at MGM Springfield are proud to partner with GameSense all year long. It's our job to ensure our guests have safe, responsible, and healthy gaming.
As part of P-Game, today also marks National Problem Gaming Screening Day. And patrons at MGM Springfield were able to sign up for gambling addiction screenings with trained GameSense advisors. Something Amy Gabriela, who is the director of player health for the Massachusetts Council on Gaming and Health, tells us is vital in detecting gambling addiction before it's too late.
You know, we want to make sure they know signs and symptoms because we know that early detection is essential. The earlier somebody seeks supports, typically the better the long-term outcome.
Gabriela says gambling-related harm or problem gambling doesn't initially start in catastrophe, and so often people don't understand some of the early signs, which she explains is why conversations on responsible gaming are so important to avoid more serious problems later down the road.
Often people will start what we call chasing those losses, just trying to get that money back that they've lost. You know, are you lying to family, friends, and yourself about how much you gamble? Has it caused you significant financial harm? Have you had to ask for money for rent or everyday bills because you gambled? So these are some of the things that you can look at.
And MGM Springfield is a proud partner with GameSense all year long. And if you would like to learn more about responsible gaming, be sure to consult with a GameSense advisor for more resources. Reporting in Springfield, Taylor Smith, Western Mass News.